Take one. As we hear on Christmas Eve the great Isaiah prophecy, Isaiah chapter 7, we hear the words from God for Ahaz and for the people in that day, but there are also words that resonate today. God is coming. Now, for some, they can be words of wonder of that reality. For others, it could be a word of worry. God's coming. Likewise, as we hear in the finality of that text, we get this great word of behold. Now, for some, it can mean beware. For others, it means rejoice. And so as we look at the text, we see Ahaz has been given this word of God through Isaiah to ask for a sign. He's offered an opportunity to trust God. He can prove the reliability of God at His word. And since he's been given the opportunity to ask for a sign, it will remove any excuse that Ahaz might have for doubt. But instead, Ahaz would rather respond with a certain amount of arrogance. This self-confidence that, you know what, God, I've already got it handled, because he had already asked the Assyrian army and the Assyrian king to help him out. And so as he responds with that arrogance, he relies on worldly alliances and allegiances. Ultimately, he rejects God's wisdom for human logic. It seems like some of that is going on in the world today. That we'd rather respond with a certain amount of self-confidence, a certain arrogance, that we'd rather rely on our own earthly abilities, our worldly alliances and allegiances, and reject God's wisdom for the sake of human logic, because it just makes more sense. But there's only one outcome when we do that. There's only one outcome that when Ahaz did it, but it's also an outcome for us today when we reject God's wisdom for human logic. And it's not so silent of a night. For you see, when things don't seem to be happening the way we think they should, that's called the hiddenness of God. Some people ask that question on the occasion of 9/11. They probably asked it this year on the occasion of the terrorism in Paris and also in San Bernardino. It's those occasions where God chooses to remain hidden from us, and we wonder and question what he's doing. But the one thing we know about God, especially from this text in Isaiah chapter 7, is God does not remain silent. That's the first take. Next, take two.